Well, hello and welcome to Gungahlin enclosed oval for round 7 of the Griffin Legal John Dent Cup 2018 seasons. Brett McKay with you for Bar TV Sports, and we are back in Gungahlin with the Eagles playing host to the much improved East in the Hahn Super Dry Griffin Legal John Dent Cup match of the round. Joining us in commentary today from Gungahlin is injured winger Jamie Cotts. Great to have you on board, Jamie.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
But you're a frustrated spectator, aren't you?
Absolutely. Just wish I was out there with the boys playing.
Did the collarbone a couple of weeks ago? How far away are you?
I got the good news when I went to the fracture clinic just recently. 3 months from the break, so I'm looking forward to coming back stronger and better towards the end of the season.
And soonish. The sooner the better, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Gungahlin coming to the game 6th on the John Dent Cup table on 12 points after last weekend's bye. 1 point behind Union North they are, who very nearly caused that boil over last weekend at Phillip against Royals. East surrendered the Bob Hitchcock Territory Shield last weekend to Queanbeyan at Griffith, but they remain 4th on the table after on 17 points after last weekend's 29-20 loss to the Whites. And of course, East have lost 2 in a row now as well, having lost 71-24 to Tuggeranong in round 5. The sides have met twice. Met twice last year in 2017. In round 4, it was Gungahlin 45-0 at Griffith, and in round 12, again the Eagles winning 40 points to 24 at Nichols. Elsewhere today, it's Union North and West at ANU North, and Queanbeyan at Royals at Campese, and that is a Bob Hitchcock Territory Shield challenge for Royals. Jamie, it's Queanbeyan. You guys will be relishing the chance to have a crack at that at some point this year? Yeah,
absolutely. Any chance to get hands on some silverware.
It's a great concept, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad they've kind of brought it into the system, and hopefully it picks up the boys a bit more and makes them know that we're playing for something on the day. I
was just talking to East coach Tim Cornforth just before the game, and he admitted they were stinging after losing it there a few weeks ago, and losing it to Queanbeyan. They worked so hard to win it in the first round and then hold on to it as well. So to lose it, it's just that little bit of sting in the tail, and that's great. Competition within the competition.
And like you said before, they're a much improved team, and it's good that they have the fire in their belly like that, and they are stinging like that. So
absolutely. I want to just touch. We mentioned last week Royals and ACT rugby stalwart Keith Hawke sadly passed away last Saturday morning. Details of Keith's funeral are 11 o'clock on Monday the 21st of May at St Peter Channel's Church in Western Street, Yarralumla, and afterwards there's a function at the Raiders Club in Weston, which of course is the old Royals clubhouse. You can see the Gungahlin Eagles taking the field. They're behind their veteran skipper Matt Hawke. I'm sure Jamie Hawke, you won't mind me calling him veteran. We'll quickly run through their side. Scott Meeks, Alex Small and Oscar Cunningham up front. Jake Helgeson and JP Fenekatow. The locks, Lockie Stabe, Sam O'Leary and Xavier Duffy at the back row. And Mitch Ward, Dan Garner the halves, Eramasi Calais, Mitch Connolly, Matt Hawke. Jesse Kemp is in for an injured James Dargaville. Luke Duffy is the Eagles fullback for East. We're also just taking the field there behind their scrum half and skipper Jacob Abel. It's Liam Bilston, Samuello up front, and Misa Rasmus, the Brumbies prop. Then it's Langi Lolatonga, Sione Tuatavaki in locks, Roland Madiawa and Tom Pilkington, the back rowers, along with Penny Nefo at number 8. Jacob Abel's the scrum half and captain. Carlos Marr at 10. Then Jacob Boland, Rob Amosa, Otto Rocane, George Morceau at the three-quarter line, and Jacob Angelatis drops back to fullback, having played a fair bit of fly half over the last month. Our referee today is James Hagan. Blazing sunshine at Gungahlin enclosed, albeit a little cool, Jamie, admittedly.
Yeah, we like turning on the weather for the opposing teams, that's for sure.
It's better than the howling westerly we got here a month ago, but we're still undercover and out of that wind, which is great. Underway here at Gungahlin. East in the stripes, running from right to left as you see it from the southern end. Gungahlin in there today, running from the town centre end, running left to right. And already we've got our first scrum of the match. Little knock on there at the restart. Just talking to James Hagan before, he said we'll see a bit of focus on scrum stability is something that they've been working on over the last few weeks. So
this will be a big test for the Gungahlin forward pack as well, with a fairly new combination in the forward front row there.
Yeah, and Dan Atkins mentioned to me before the game that you guys have got 9 first graders out currently, and James Dargaville losing him this week as well. So it's a real test of the club's depth. Absolutely.
It's a bit like history repeating itself with last year. We had a fair few injuries going through, and just so happens to happen again. So
I suppose it's better to get them out of the way early in the season rather than late in the year.
Absolutely, yeah.
So our first scrum of the game is going to go down around about 35 metres out from the Gungahlin line. They're about 20 in from touch. Mitch Ward to feed for the Eagles.
Good scrum.
Scrum holding up really well. Good scrum indeed. And he goes open side there and they're straight on attack through Matt Hawke, and he's busted a couple of tackles already. The skipper, he's been brought down on about halfway. Gungahlin now looking to attack from the outset. A good carry over on that far side. That's Eramasi Kelly. That's a good carry. He's found another couple of metres on the ground. You'd have to draw a picture, as they say. In the end, Dan Garner finding some runners there in centre field. They're brought to ground around about 5 metres inside the east half now. Garner keeps going wide there and finds Mitch Conley inside centre with another strong carry. Here's a good carry up front here from Oscar Cunningham, the young prop. I'm seeing his first grade debut up here last year, straight from Colts into first grade. Good to see he's come through the ranks, Jamie.
Absolutely, and it's good to see a fair few more of the Colts wanting to hang around now and wanting to get that time on the first grade. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's how you build depth, obviously.
Yeah, from the grassroots up.
But having just given a bit of a wrap, we've got a knock on over there on the far side. That wasn't Oscar while we were talking, I don't think. No.
Let's hope not.
No, we want to try and hold off the commentator's curse for as long as we possibly can. So our strike record over the first 6 rounds it's been pretty good, I'll be honest. We've struck early, we've struck often, so we'll hold off for as long as we can today. So East's first scrum of the day. Jacob Abel will feed this one. They're about 5 metres in from touch over there on the far side. Pretty much smack bang in the middle of a sizable Gungahlin enclosed over. You don't realise how big this ground is until you actually get over the other side there, and you are a long way from anywhere, aren't you? Yeah,
absolutely. It's a nice field, and the facilities are fantastic.
Yeah. It's certainly walking around. It looks hard, but it's actually no. It's reasonably soft underfoot. It's good. So,
absolutely.
But it's going to be a quick surface, and with a bit of sunlight, hopefully plenty of ball in hand and ball in air today. It's a good scrum from the Eagles. Have put this East pack under pressure straight away. It's gone against the head. It's a great start. Garner comes wide and finds Mitch Conley again, who gets an offload away to Matt Hawke in the end. He's put down just inside the 10-metre line for East. Mitch Ward comes to this short side. That's Sam O'Leary, with a good carry there. And the white headgear, we shouldn't miss him today. Garner with a nice little run there. He was jammed up from the outside, didn't quite see.
Good
that was Sione Tuatavaki, the East lock, come over from the middle of big number 5. East have been doing a bit of shuffling this week as well. They had, we mentioned Langi Lolatonga and Sione Tuatavaki playing at lock. They were both named to play back row.
Oh, wow.
To play 6 and 7 today. So East...
I know Langi pretty well. He's pretty versatile and easy to swap position, so they wouldn't be putting him out too much.
And so our first line out of the day is going to be just short of halfway here on this western side of Gungahlin Oval. Samuelo to throw. It's taken well there in the middle and drops down to Jacob Abel nicely. Goes wide there through Carlos Marr. There's a good carry in centre field there from Robert Mosa. Abel comes back this side, and it's Misa Rasmus in number 19. Number 3 jersey's obviously too big for
Jake Helgeson.
You're right. It's a turnover for the Eagles. Ball's come back through the middle, and it's going to be a penalty. I thought it might have been from kicking the ball out in the middle of the ruck, but just a East player off his feet. And that was something that James Hagan mentioned to me just before the game, that if there's guys are going to go off their feet, that just happens in the game of rugby. But if it actually stops a contest, then we've got a bit of a problem, and that's what we saw there.
Absolutely, we want the game to keep going. Yeah, be more exciting.
And James freely admitted, if we don't have to mention him, then he's probably had a good game. So he's not asking for much. On that throw taken well there by Helgeson at the back. They go wide through Garner and Conley again, but it's lost in centre field there, JP Fenekatau. And that was a bit of an opportunity there.
That was. Jamie? I think the pass just dropped a bit from Mitch Connolly there. That's all right.
Didn't quite come at the speed JP was hoping for, was it?
No, definitely not. Maybe a bit low for the big bopper, but...
Doesn't quite have the lower back flexibility, you think? Yeah. So we've had around about 6 minutes played here at Gungahlin. No score on the board at this stage. We'll bring you half-time scores from around the grounds today as they come through. As I mentioned, North and West at ANU North and Queanbeyan at Royals over at Campese Field.
East haven't really had much of a go so far. Just
Haven't had
the opportunity yet. It'll be interesting to see how they go and how the Gungahlin boys defend this.
They've got it here now, picked up at the back there by Penny Nefo, the big number 8. They go short side over on that far side there through Jacob Angelatis, playing at fullback today. Maul is the call there. The Eagles kept this up. Arm is out there from James Hagan, and they have indeed. Forces the turnover, and that'll impress Dan Atkins. That's a good, solid start to their set piece, and a good follow up there in defence.
Absolutely. Like I was saying before, young Oscar Cunningham in the front row there has a lot to prove. And he's showing up today, so that's good to see. Yeah,
good start from the young props, certainly. And so it's been a little bit of an up and down start to the year. Would that be fair to say? You've sort of took a few weeks for the first win.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we didn't do ourselves any favour in the first round, and then just as you're saying, when we played Vikings here in that horrendous weather, it was one of those games where nothing was going to go our way.
We were wondering how strong a win that was. I don't think anyone thought it was a 55-point first half win.
We definitely didn't think that either, but jogging back all the time.
You certainly got an idea. Matt Hawke with a good solid run, breaks more tackles. He's brought down to ground just inside the east half, and it's another penalty of the Eagles. Just not rolling away there from the east forwards.
I think that was not releasing the tackler.
You're right.
Very close.
You're right. Luke Duffy.
Good nudge.
With a really good kick down there. Fine touch. I was going to say on the 20. I was going to say on the 22, but of course we've got the centre square markings from the AFL ground over there as well. So
it's one of the only things about the ground. There's about 40 sports that are marked out on the ground. So
had the same problems at Phillip last week with the rugby league marking still very prominent as well. Ball has spilt out the back of this line out, and East have it coming away from their own 22 now. That's a decent carry there from Penny Nefo in centre field. Brings them about 30 metres out from their own line, I beg your pardon. Working hard to get out of their own territory here. Abel comes short side, and that's Matayawa, blindside flanker, finds a couple of metres. Again here in the shadows on the near side. Abel goes open side, finds Carlos Marr, finds more runners in centre field. Doing it slowly but surely here at the moment, East. Abel comes back to this short side, finds Penny Nefo again. He's looking for an offload. He gets it away. In the end, Jacob Abel has to clean it up, and he skips through the first couple of tackles, gets an offload away to Penny Nefo again. It's been prominent in these opening 10 minutes, the big number 8. There's a good inside ball there in centre field there as well from Penny Nefo, who's had a strong game, as I mentioned. Abel comes back to this short side. That's a good, strong carry in the end there. Lolatonga just brought down just inside the Eagles half. That kick's been touched off the boot there from Jacob Abel. It's cleaned up at the back there from Luke Duffy. Gets a surprising kick up in front of Jake Helgeson, who just hacks this ball downfield. It's not a bad result in the end, to be fair. And he gives Carlos Marr a bit of a clean-up job down there. How do we assess Jake Helgeson's kicking game?
Yeah, look, he's no AFL player, that's for sure.
that was all right in the end. That found 30-odd metres.
Yeah,
can't
for once came off. That. So
for once,
yeah. Hopefully we don't see too many other kicks from Jake Helgeson today.
It'll be 50 or 60 by the end of tonight's functions, no doubt.
He's really good at running out of their half. They're like the bottom of the ball. It's exciting to see that kind of enterprise of rugby instead of just a kicking ping pong ball.
Absolutely. Samuelo throws over on the far side's taken well there by Tom Pilkington at the front. They come open side here, East, and they're looking for runners. It's a good carry up the middle there. Rockene, who does get an offload in the end. There's Georgie Morceau in the team of the week last week for the third time in 6 rounds. He's had a pretty fair start to the season, George Morceau, since he switched over from Royals.
Yeah.
Have you had the misfortune of trying to run down Georgie Morceau, Jamie?
I've known George for a little while. We played sevens together in Singapore, so I've always been aware of his speed and stuff. So when we came up against each other in the pre-season match, it was going to always be a bit of a battle of the speed. So he is quick, makes fast people look not fast, as they say. But yeah, he's lightning, and it's good showing with Jesse Kemp, a new player to the club, as well as kind of new to the country.
Absolutely, it's cleaned up, this lineup cleaned up the back there by Misa Rasmus. Penny Nefo has it in centre field. He's striding out the big number 8. They keep moving on this far side over there. That's Jacob Boland, I think it is. The young winger Abel comes back in field. Was it Tom Pilkington? It gets an offload away to Abel. Here's Misa Rasmus again, stepping off the left foot. The big fella. He's looking for an offload, but he's giving it to the wrong colour jersey in the end.
We need a bit of pace here with Jesse.
Ball in centre field. There's a race to the ball, and Misa Rasmus, the big prop, has got back there. Run a decent screen on the Gungahlin player, and unfortunately it was right in front of James Hagan.
Must have been watching a bit too much basketball with that screen.
Certainly watching a little bit too much Australian rules. That was straight out of the AFL there. But I can't understate that enough. It was a great effort from Misa Rasmus to get back.
He's quick for a big boy.
Yeah, his acceleration is really good. Certainly mobile player. Doesn't mind getting in a bit of space. We saw that through the NRC last year. He was still with Perth Spirit at that point. And big blokes in space. Love it.
It's always exciting to see.
Absolutely. Attacking opportunity now for the Eagles. Alex Small will throw this line out in. They come open side here through Dan Garner. Conley finds out the back. This is a great carry here from Kelly. Ramasi Kelly is still going here. Luke Duffy's going to get over him. That's the first try of the day to Luke Duffy. Just good persistence, Jamie, in the end from the Eagles.
It was. Great covering tackle, though, from the East winger.
Yeah, good desperation from the Eagles. Just wasn't quite enough. That run of Eramasi Kelly come from that inside-out angle, that really made the extra man for the Eagles.
Absolutely.
Really good work. So a try to Luke Duffy gets us started here at Gungahlin. We've been going about 14 minutes, we'll call it. It's been an entertaining start to this game.
Nice and close. No one's giving each other an inch, which is always good to see.
Definitely not. So Luke Duffy will look to convert his own try. There's a bit of size about Luke Duffy as a fullback too.
Yeah. He loves the gym.
Yeah, I think I can see that. There we go. He's hit that first conversion of the day, and it is literally straight down the middle. So
be a good confidence booster for Luke there, both with the try and the conversion.
Absolutely. So 7-0 is the scoreline here at Gungahlin enclosed. Luke Duffy converts his own try, and we're back in centre field here with Jacob Angelatis, the East fullback, to get us underway. Plenty of hang time on this start, taken well there by Helgeson in the end. The Eagles will try and set this up, get out of their own territory. It's taken by Matt Hawke at the back. There's that man Kelly again with a bit of space over on the far side. Can't get through the tackle over there for Jacob Boland. Young winger played a bit of second grade earlier in the centres and looked pretty promising too. So again, as you were saying before about young guys coming through the grades, East having the same sort of enjoyment. And
it's good to see with East that people aren't just leaving.
No, certainly Tim Cornforth coming over this year and a couple of players coming with him has made a huge difference. And they're doing some really good things.
Really makes a difference in the whole competition too.
Yeah, it does. I think a strong East is going to be a strong competition in general. We've got penalty advantage here to East. That penalty is blown offside there in the end. With a man down in centre field. Is that big Penny Nefo?
I think it is.
Just come into contact back two phases ago and just hasn't got up, the big fella. But it feels like all the game has been down at the southern end, down on the east side of halfway. So yeah, their first real chance to attack, it feels like, Jamie.
Definitely. So it'll be interesting to see how they go with this. He cherished the ball a bit.
See what they make of it. It's not necessarily the best looking kick, but it does find touch there from Jacob Angelatis. They'll throw into this line out 19 metres out from the Gungahlin line. Samuel Samuelo coming in to throw. They're going to go to a full line out, a full 7-man. Jacob Abel standing there in the traditional scrum half position. We don't necessarily see scrum halves standing at the bottom of lineouts anymore. It's a bit of a mess, but it is taken well there at the back through Madiyawa. The blindside flanker. Abel's got to work hard to find this ball. He's got it now. He's looking for another runner. It's Liam Bilston, the loose head prop. I'll just do it slowly but patiently if they need to, East. More ground up through the middle there. They're around about 10 metres out here now. They're certainly in no hurry, East. Erasmus picks it up and goes, but he's lost it.
Here we go.
Now the Eagles trying to get away from their own line. This kick will come down in centre field. It's taken well there by Angelatis. He looks for George Morso. He can't find him in the end. Takes it to ground on the Gungahlin 10-metre line. About 15 in from touch there in the end, Angelatis. Jacob Abel, he's got a bit of work to do at the back there. He does go in the end to Carlos Marr. There's a good, strong tackle in centre field there. Matt Hawke, I'm sure, was involved in that, but it's a penalty.
Good steal from Dan Hawke, but like you said, not rolling away then.
Yeah, it's Mitch Conley, wasn't it? Was pinged evidently.
Yeah.
Jacob Angelatis right in centre field, trying to work out which way to kick. And he's gone away from the wind in the end. There is a little bit of wind blowing around here at Gungahlin. It's
a bit frosty.
It's a little bit frosty here at the top of the grandstand, but it's as I mentioned before, it's nothing on that howling westerly we had here a month ago, which we're very glad about.
Absolutely. I can tell you the players are glad about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. East again go to the back. Oh, it's taken really well there by Madiyawa. And they come onto attack here through Penny Nefo, and he's lost it now.
It's good defence by the Eagles. Just unfortunate for East to be coughing uphill like that.
Yeah, good patience from them. They already know. It's quite obvious that Penny Nefo is going to pose a fairly major attacking threat there in centre field. So they did well just to pick their moment. So we're down for a scrum again. It feels like this second 10-minute period has been all about scrums and lineouts, Jamie. The first 10 minutes was back and forward, and it was all good, but we've had...
Keeping the forwards warm.
That's it. It could be a forwards conspiracy. We can't rule anything out, really, can we?
Yeah, I can say from experience, watching a few scrums, gets cold out there on the stings.
Yeah, it would do, definitely. The Eagles come away with this one from their own 22. Some good East defence. Yeah, doesn't let them get away. Mitch Ward looking for a clearing kick from Luke Duffy. It's a good boot on that. A little bit of work down there for Angelatis. He shapes the kick but doesn't. Gets it offload away. Oh, that's great hands there. Madiyawa, the flanker, taken very well in the end there. Jacob Abel's got this at the back. He's looking for runners there. That's Tom Pilkington, the open side flanker, with a good carry. Finds 6 or 7 metres. Carlos Marr at the back there, and he finds in the end Russ Robert Mosa. His kick didn't go where it was intended. It's been cleaned up really well by the Eagles. Matt Hawke, they're back on attack here now, the Eagles. It's an interesting little kick over here from Mitch Ward. It's going to be a race to this ball. George Morso is back to clean it up, and he grounds it. We're back for a 22. I didn't mind that little kick from Mitch Ward. It
was a good kick. It just would have been a bit better if the winger had read that a bit earlier and was up a bit flatter, but nonetheless, Gungahlin will get the ball back, hopefully.
I think if Jesse Kerr knew perhaps a little bit earlier that was going on, that might have been really interesting.
Yes. Once we develop mind reading, it'll be all good, I reckon.
Rugby will be a lot better going when that happens, doesn't it? It is Jesse Kemp who brings it back into the sizeable East defence. He's lost it in contact. It's been picked up by Mies Erasmus, and he does break the first tackle and the second. Brumby's prop doing well here for East. Carlos Marr has this. They go wide here, East. That's Angelatis looking for open territory back near the Gungahlin 22. Kelly has it. He was never really going to kick that. He's looking to bust tackles, and he's done that already. He's made 10 metres over on the far side. Brought to ground about 30 out from his own line. Ward has this. He comes open side. They keep finding the runners there. That's Alex Small, the hooker. He's brought to ground there in the end. Ward's in there. He's got it again. That's Luke Duffy with his clearing kick. That looked like it just held up in the wind a little bit. That's taken well by Angelatis. But then, strangely, his kick looks like it's held up in the wind as well. That's just because he didn't hit it very well.
Bit of confusion with the pick up there. But
yeah, absolutely. Jesse Kemp looking to get an offload, learning from his mistakes from the last time he ran into these forwards.
It's a good first welcoming to first grade, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, there's an intercept over there on the far side. Through Otto Rukane gets an offload in the end to Amosa. They're still going here, East. Otto Rukane, can he get an offload away for the third time? He can. That's Tonga, the big lock. They're only a metre out here, East. We'll see how their patience is this time around. East, that's a strong tackle there. 2 metres out from the Gungahlin line. They keep going there. Samuelu, the hooker.
Both teams need to just keep patient here.
Absolutely. Abel looking for runners. It's Angelatis. Penalties blown, though. Very clear offside is what James Hagan is saying. But I'm going to take your point there, Jamie. I wondered why he couldn't play that same advantage that he was looking for.
Yeah, I dare say they probably would have scored then.
That's an interesting call. Looks like they're going to take a scrum here, Easts.
So we just got Jake Helgeson down in the background there.
Oh, we have too. And perhaps that's why the penalty was blown. Was he on the ground before receiving attention?
No, I think he just dropped.
Just dropped down?
Yeah.
Needed a break?
Yeah. Bit of a breather.
These forwards. Righto, so we've had about 22 and a half minutes played here at Gungahlin closed. Eagles leading 7 points to 0 over East, and we'll take this opportunity, of course, to thank our competition partners, Griffin Legal, the John Dent Cup naming rights sponsor for 2018. Hahn Superdry will bring us the match of the round every week, of course, and Vodafone, the man of the match and player of the round sponsors as well. We'll discuss options for that player later in the day. We also thank McDonald's, ACT, Hart Sport and O'Neill's. You are watching the Hahn Superdry Griffin Legal John Dent Cup match of the round on Brumbies Rugby's live streaming provider Bar TV Sports. Brett McKay with you. And we've got Gungahlin Eagles injured winger Jamie Cotts with us here in commentary today. And we're certainly taking our time getting this scrum right, Jamie. This is how you wingers get pneumonia, isn't it?
Yeah. 1 or 2 colds have been caught this way.
That's it. So, perfect attacking opportunity here for a scrum in centre field. Will the forwards do it all themselves? They've lost control of this one. Jacob Abel's got it. He's looking to snipe near the base of the scrum. He's brought down about 3 or 4 metres out. Penny Nufo picks up at the back, and he's brought down a similar distance away, getting further away from the post here. This ball's been turned over, has it? The Eagles have got it. No, beg your pardon. No, East have still got this. I thought there'd just been a bit of a turnover there. They have still got this. I think that's Samuel Samuelo, the hooker.
It's good desperation in defence.
Absolutely.
At the moment.
Jacob Abel, he's dived from the base of the ruck, and he does get over this time. The East skipper. Well, there's that patience you were talking about, Jamie.
Absolutely. It was always going to end up like that. Jacob's a good player too, and with the decision making, he can be quite a hassle for the opposing team. Yeah, he was looking for that opportunity. He had a crack 2 phases there earlier. He's come a long way since high school days, because we played first 15 together, and he's actually... There you go. So he's a well improved 9 now. Did he slow down, or did his pass improve? Pass improve, that's Righto. For sure. Can't let him get too much space, because he's still got enough toe. Yeah. That will no doubt impress Tim Cornforth, who is standing behind the glass not a metre away from us, here at the top of the Gungahlin enclosed grandstands. Not sure about the placement of this kick at the moment. Yeah. I don't think the try was scored that close to the goalpost. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think it was a little bit further out than that, but
Jacob Angelatis wasn't about to argue the point, was
No,
he?
absolutely not.
Interesting that he hasn't brought it back all the way to the 22. He's
Strikes
either way, it
nonetheless.
doesn't really make any difference when he kicks it that well. So that levels the scores. 7 points all here with Jacob Angelatis' conversion. And that's making for a very interesting contest so far. Jamie, it's
strong
been a
first
great
half
first
from
half.
both teams.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Duffy gets us back underway. The ball again hanging up nicely on the wind. East with a bit of work to do now to get out of their own territory. And Angelatis does get that clearing kick away. Doesn't quite get as much as he was hoping to bite off, though.
Yeah, probably not as far as he was hoping.
No, you can see the assistant referee's flag over there on the far side. It's certainly gusting around, and his clearing kick was right into the teeth of that northerly wind. The Eagles come away with it here through Garner. Here's Mitch Conley, who's had a good start to this game. So is Matt Hawke, the skipper. That's a good ball. It was a strong pass was actually the word I was looking for, not necessarily a good pass from Matt Hawke, and Jesse Camp did pretty well to bring it in, but coming back to earth, he just put
a little too late, wasn't it?
Just his front stud on the line in the end.
It's all right. I think the Gungahlin boys just need to be patient, as I was saying before.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to score off first phases, just hold on to the ball like East are doing so well.
That's it. Another scrappy line out, but the Eagles have got this again, so they'll work for this patient build-up. Ward looking for runners again. There's Jesse Kemp.
Very hungry for it, Jesse,
yeah,
so that's good to see.
Looking for work. It's good to see from the young winger. Dan Garner eyes a little bit of space, gets
Big
a
good
offload there to Mitch Conley. He's looking for runners himself, but there's no one with him. He's surrounded by tricolours there at the moment. He's brought to ground 10 metres out.
Treadmill bit.
Right in front. Penalty advantage here to Gungahlin. They go far side through Luke Duffy. I tend to agree with you, Jamie. He just quickly ran out of support, didn't he, Luke Duffy? Board goes aside through Eramasi Kelly for the corner.
A double for the flying Fijian.
Wow. Didn't he set sail?
Absolutely. It's exciting to see.
Absolutely. He gets a solid 8 for the dive from the Russian judge as well. He went early, didn't he? So that's a good response from Gungahlin.
I think Gungahlin was just lucky with that. Just East kind of gave it up a bit too easy at that line out there, and that's all it takes in a game of rugby is just one quick turnover and you could be biting the bullet a bit. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. They were just a little bit more hungry, weren't they, the Eagles, this time around? This will be a bit of a test for Luke Duffy over there on the sideline. Yeah, he's about 2 metres in from touch, maybe. We'll call it 2 metres. He's taken it back well outside the 22. He's taken this back easily 25 metres from the east line, and so he'll be kicking it the best part of 35, nearly 40 metres on the angle, you would think. But he's hit it pretty well. It's holding up. Distance is all right. Flag just stays down, though. So 12-7. The Eagles lead over East here in the Hahn Superdry match of the round. Has been a very entertaining first half, Jamie, I've got to say. Absolutely. Just watching how that ball pulls up on that centre sandy area. Yeah. Looks like that sand hasn't quite been smoothed out the way they were hoping. It looks like it was dumped there 20 minutes ago and that's it, but that's certainly not the case. East have got this back from the restart, though. They go wide straight away through Angelatos and keep going over on that far side through Rakane, the big number 13. It's prominent in that previous lead up to their previous try. East come back on this open side through Carlos Mar. Gets a little bit of a kick up on the breeze. Jesse Kemp has a bit of work to do. He's lost it cold, though, unfortunately. And we've got a penalty here for East. James Hagan is calling a player out. Talking to the touchy, I think there was a bit of an altercation before in the middle there with Xavier Duffy. And that's
Rowland Madiawa, who's still down over there near halfway. For East, I have to admit, Jamie, I completely followed the ball then. I didn't actually see what we're coming back for
what
here.
What kind of kicked off was Jacob Abel passed the ball, and it was a slightly late hit from one of the Eagle players, Xavier. And then it kind of kicked off. Another player wasn't happy with that, and then our resident hothead wasn't happy with it either.
It was a full and frank exchange of views, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Righto. So, James Hagan just calling out Jacob Abel here as well.
Either penalty mark you like, but both foul play.
So James Hagan has blown the penalty for East. He just gave them the option of where they wanted to take the penalty. They had it. They've taken the latter option, I think, back where the.
I'm not sure if I've ever actually seen that in the game before. A referee giving them
the penalty option.
Yeah.
Either way, this kick hasn't found touch, and not by a long way in the end. It's been picked up by Jake Helgeson. He's brought to ground about 5 metres in from touch, at 15 metres out from his own line. Mitch Ward with a little clearing kick off the back of the ruck, and it's
maybe not the execution that he wanted from that.
No, well, I have to admit, I thought that he might have found touch a little bit further down from that, but it's only peeled off about 10 metres in the end. I have seen, just taking up your previous point, I have seen that a little bit this year, where if there's subsequent penalties, the option is being given about where you want to take the penalty from. So
yeah, right.
It's not entirely new, I have to admit.
You learn something new every day.
There you go. It's always a learning experience, rugby. So East have this now in centre field, about 30 out. Abel goes to that far side. It's George Morceau looking for a little bit of work.
It's been,
turned over nicely. Matt Hawke has this now. He's busted another tackle. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw Matt Hawke brought to ground in the first tackle. There's that little kick again from Mitch Ward.
Good kick. Would have been better with a few chases on that.
Yeah.
I just think maybe the decision making's a bit quick for everyone else.
That was the kick he was looking for just a minute ago. And
absolutely.
He got it to run on nicely. It's that little side-on top spinner kick that halfbacks try often and pull off sometimes. But that was a good one from Mitch Ward in the end. Samuelu throws this. Is taken at the back there nicely by Xavier Duffy. The Eagles number 8. He's brought to ground around about 10 out now. The Eagles looking to attack here through Scott Meeks, the loose head. He's found another 3 or 4 metres, edging slowly and closer here, the Eagles. That's a good carry there. Oscar Cunningham, he's brought to ground about 4 metres out. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Patient again, as I say, for the Eagles. But you don't have to write a picture. 1 carry at a time, 1 metre at a time if they need to. They go short side through Helgeson, but he comes back to where that last ruck was. Ward comes open side here now through Garner. He's looking for Conley on his outside hip. Doesn't take him in the end. He's brought to ground. 6 out in front of the post here. East have forced the turnover there. Did really well.
East defence just patient there, whereas Gungahllin's attack was a bit frantic, I feel. Yeah,
Lolatonga, I think it was, over the top on his feet, and just got to play on the ball.
Jacob gets that one out.
It's a good kick too. Just gets them outside the 22 here, East. 25 out from their own line. Samuel Samuelu to throw into this line out. Taken well at the front there by Pilkington. They come wide here now, East. There's that man, Otto Rockene, the big outside centre, getting that arm free. Carlos Marr did well to trail on the outside, but he was hit comfortably by the Gungahlin defence. Angelatis gets this clearing kick away.
Good strike.
Yeah, finds some space up there. Eramasi Kelly is back to clean up though. He finds Luke Duffy, the Eagles fullback. He's looking for a little bit of open space, but this one's gone straight to Carlos Marr, who's lost the boot in the process. Well, that's one of the better kicks I've seen without a boot, I've got to say. It's got a good bounce. It's rolling away towards the Eagles line. Well, that's a great result there from Carlos Marr. He's got a problem, though, because his boot's down the other end of the field. Carlos Mar, the East fly half. They're back on attack here, East, through Penny Nifo on that far side. Here's that strong carry to Itavaki, the lock. It's a great tackle, from Jake Helgeson. Just forces the ball into touch as well.
Good chop tackle.
Well, I've got to go back to Carlos Mar kick because he's let that go from his own 22. Gungahlin had to clean up on their own try line. And Carlos Mar led the charge with his own kick chase.
One boot.
With one boot. That was one of the more amazing things I've seen in a good while. He was literally 60 metres away from his other boot. Kicked it with just the exposed foot.
He's lucky he wasn't wet out in the field there.
He wouldn't have done it with the old leather ball back in the day, would he? It would have been like
probably
kicking a
brick.
On to it. No, you just definitely run it in that case. Helgeson, he's been prominent, forcing that turnover, took that line out well, and that's a good strong carry there. GP Fenekatau brought to ground just outside the 22 here now, the Eagles. Mitch Ward goes to that far side and finds Dan Garner. There's Kelly. He's found some ground again. Dan Garner. He puts a chip through for Eramasi Kelly. Can he win the... Can he win...
I don't think he realised what he was doing there.
No, he didn't. That's Jake Boland.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is a big...
Well, so the ruling is going to be that he's intentionally forced it dead from inside the field of play. It seems harsh, doesn't it? But it's a yellow. It's like the intentional knockdown now. It's going to be a yellow card most days.
It's so close to the try line as well. Maybe just watching a bit too much rugby league.
Things you can't get away with in rugby still. So
hopefully he's learned from that and won't be trying that again.
Well, he's got 10 minutes to think about it, certainly.
We just have JP Fenekatau down at the back here. Solid 80 metres away from the scrum.
Yeah. So we've got time out here again. We're about 3 minutes off half time. At least we'll play out this half and the first 7 minutes of the second half without Jacob Boland, who's just making his way back around the east bench. Just a little bit of panic, I'd say, from the young winger.
Absolutely.
So JP's still getting some attention back here near the Eagles 22. James Hagan is trying to work out how we can get this game rolling again. But without your tight head lock, it's a little bit difficult, isn't it, for a scrum?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can make too much comment on scrums. That's all I do is watch them from a while away. But
I'm not necessarily that much more qualified, I have to admit.
I dare say, having one of your type 5 injured wouldn't help at all.
I'm told that scrums go better with a full tight 5. I mean, we can definitely conclude that. So both teams just having a little bit of a breather here. As I say, we've got about 3 minutes to go in this first half. It has been an entertaining first half. The Eagles leading 12 points to 7. Tries to Luke Duffy and Eramasi Kelly for the home side. Duffy converted his own try, but not the second. And Jacob Abel scored the only try for East. Got a half-time score from Queanbeyan and Royals. I can tell you Royals are leading 20 points to 10 over at Campese Field. As we mentioned earlier, Jamie, that's a Bob Hitchcock Territory Shield challenge over there today. Queanbeyan picked it up off East last weekend at Griffith. They'll be hoping to hold it for longer than a week.
Yeah, I dare say those boys will be digging in deep, especially in that second half.
Yeah, plenty to do, certainly in the second half, trailing Royals 20 points to 10. Seen a little bit of Royals in the last 2 weeks, and Wayne Southwell has been happy to get the wins, but not necessarily happy with the way they're playing. They're just sort of building into the season was the way he said to me last week.
Yeah, quite a shift with a fair few of their players moving elsewhere.
Yeah, and that was exactly the conversation I had with him last week, that the side they ran out last week, I think there was only 4 or 5 guys that played the grand final. So Obviously, there's a few Brumbies missing, but that'll make a difference. The Eagles here, they're back on attack through Mitch Conley. He's brought to ground nicely there by Carlos Maher in centre field.
Close to being a steal there.
Ball's at the back here for Mitch Ward. He goes to the far side.
I think they need to go wide left quick.
Fenekatau, he's brought to ground. They're still looking right though, Jamie. That one's been dropped by Oscar Cunningham.
I think that's just the impatience showing and everyone getting a bit frantic.
Yeah, Mitch Ward just putting his hand up. I thought your point about going wide quick was to the left was a reasonable one, but just as you were saying it, there was a couple of Eagles come back to this close side, so they didn't quite share your views.
Yeah, it's easier to say from up here when someone of an Eagle.
That's it. We do have a good appreciation of space and what's going on from this elevated position. I'll certainly say that.
Fine.
It's a great space, great spot to watch rugby from. The top of the Gungahlin closed grandstand. So East inside the last 2 minutes probably with a good strong scrum. Jacob Abel takes this out and Rakane, he's dropped it. Garner, he finds Matt Hawke. Ball's gone forward though. I reckon if Dan Garner could have got that ball away when he first tried to and not when he could in the end, Matt Hawke had it and he was through.
Absolutely. Unfortunate there from both teams. It was a real attacking opportunity with both Otto and George on that left-hand side for East, but
absolutely
a saving grace for the Eagles nonetheless.
Absolutely. So they may well get the last attacking opportunity of the first half here with a scrum around about 19 or 20 metres out from the East line.
30 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see what the boys can pull out here.
Yeah, a try before half-time would definitely change things. I think 12-7's a pretty fair reflection of the contest so far, but if they can find another 5 or 7 here...
If East can defend this, that'll be a great confidence booster, as well as if Eagles can score.
It's a great scrum here from East. It's forced the Eagles to pull this out through Xavier Duffy. They've lost it though. George Morso is at the back to clean up here for East. Just the little things letting both sides down here at the moment. East will try and run this off their own line there through Samuelu. Can they get it offload there in the end?
Another turnover as well. Back to the Eagles.
Eagles have got this as the siren goes for half-time. In the background here, Mitch Ward is fighting for the ball. He gets it.
Good peel.
Throws a strong ball out to Mitch Ward. Conley keeps going wide through Matt Hawke. And that ball's just touched in contact. Can't find Eramasi Kelly on the far side. And you can hear the exasperation in Jamie Cott's voice as that ball goes down. James Hagan says that'll do us for half-time, though.
I think the ball changed hands in that last 5 minutes more than it had the whole game.
It went back and forward a fair chunk there, didn't it? It really did. So 12.7 is our score here at half-time. Gungahlin leading East in the Hahn Superdry match of the round. We'll take a bit of a break here at Gungahlin in close. We'll be back with you for the second half very shortly.
Moment, we've got the balance.
So welcome back to Gungahlin enclosed oval for the Griffin Legal John I. Dent Cup match of the round. Brent McKay and Jamie Cotts with you in commentary, where Jamie's side, the Gungahlin Eagles, 12 leading East 7 in the Hahn Super Dry match of the round. And we've just seen the Eagles break away from their huddle in the sunshine on halfway. Jamie, what's Dan Atkins' message at halftime going to be, you think?
I think I was kind of touching on it before in the first half. It's just patience. Patience is key with both defence and in attack there. And we did have a fair majority of the first half in their red zone and just weren't able to come away with a point. So the boys just need to keep a level head and execute the plays. He
strikes me as a fairly cool customer, Dan Atkins. He's not a ranter. He's not a stripper of paint off dressing room walls.
Behind closed doors, it's always a bit different.
Yeah.
If we need a revving, he'll give us one. So he's a good coach, Dan.
Yeah, the east side coming back on the field as well. I'm having a quick look around. I can't see that either side has made any changes at this point.
I've got a script.
So we're underway here again through James Hagan. With Duffy, Witt gets the kick to hold up nicely in the wind, but it's taken straight away there by Lola Tonga.
Let him go now.
The East lock, it's a good carry. He's brought the ground in centre field there. Here's Tom Pilkington, hard-working number 7 here for East. He's brought down just short of the 10-metre line. Penny Nefo with a quick pick and drive. Jacob Abel goes wide there to Carlos Marr, who kicks for space and plenty of it.
Ooh.
Did the ball go out on the full? No, says the assistant referee on the open side. It must have come down a ball's width inside.
It's strange how it ended back infield as well. So from where it bounced to then come back in.
Yeah, certainly eyed off some space, Carlos Marr, and found it. So the Eagles now looking to come away from their own 22. They've spilt the line out already though. It's not the way they would have wanted to start this second half. So the East straight away on attack here. It's through Sione Tuatavaki, the big lock. He's brought to ground eventually, about 30 out. Abel goes to this far side, and that's Liam Bilston, the young loose head prop with a good strong carry. Brought to ground about 25 out. They keep going on that far side through Samuello. Jacob Abel gets an offload on the inside, but his subsequent offload has been taken by the Eagles in the end here now. Mitch Ward will look for a clearing kick here from Luke Duffy. And his kick just into that breeze a little bit. Finds touch just outside the 22. We were just Jamie talking about the wind during the halftime break. It feels like it's definitely blowing. We can tell you it's blowing from the sort of the north to northwest. So it's blowing left to right as you see it. But every now and again there'll be a kick with the wind that looks like it's been held up on it. We saw that from Carlos Marr, but Luke Duffy's clearing kick was certainly well and truly taken into that. Penalty now there against Gungahlin. Taking the line out jumper in the air is the ruling there from Jamie Hagan. So East with a big attacking opportunity here now. Carlos Marr's touch finder does that. And they'll have a line out from about 11 or 12 out from the Eagles line.
But that's got no effect on you tackling the man in the air, okay? So I need safety from you.
Okay. So James Hagan having a word there to the East locks. The Eagles locks, I beg your pardon. Gungahlin have actually won the line out, but ball's been lost there. So the East have this still, and they'll try and work this pick and drive edge closer to the Gungahlin line. It's been taken up through the middle there by Penny Nefo, the number 8. It's been prominent today. It's Tui Tavaki with the pick and drive as well. Abel's looking for carriers, finds Samuelu, and the hooker is over.
It's hard to stop a big man when he's at full pace like that, especially that close.
Ran the hard line, didn't he?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have wanted to be in front of him, that's for sure.
So a great start. The opening minutes of this second half to East. Samuelu, the hooker and vice captain, is over. And so we're back to 12 points all. So a great way to start the second half for East. Conversely, I can imagine Dan Atkins to be downstairs at ground level wondering whether any of that message that he just gave his team at halftime has got through or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jacob Angelatis, again, a kick from wide out. He's going to be around about 6 metres in from touch over there, right on the edge of the grandstand shadows. We've nearly gone all the way across the ground over there on the far side, but he's still inside the 22. Jamie, he doesn't mind a cute angle.
Yes, kicking is quite a niche kind of thing. It's whatever your preference is, really. So let's see if he can. Ooh.
No, he can't, is the answer. It's actually made the distance in the end, but has dropped well and truly underneath the crossbar there. Angelatis' scores will remain 12 points all.
And we have a reserve coming on now in Ray Dobson.
Has he gone off already?
Pretty handy.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely.
Pretty handy replacement. Come on.
Not sure what position he's gone on for, but he's gone on for JP Fenikatau.
Okay. Well, that will be interesting then. We'll find that out at the next scrum, evidently. East now looking to come away from their own 22 there through Penny Nefo. Abel finds Carlos Maher at the back. He's inside his 22 for this clearing kick. Again, he's done well at being able to find space today, and that ball has just... Well, it's turned at right angles in the end to find a touch. Jesse Kemp thought he had the ball covered when it bounced, only to see it bounce straight over his head and into touch. So a great kick from Carlos Maher with a little bit of wind behind him. Alex Small with the line out throw right on the Gungahlin 10-metre line. Fair to say Ray Dobson's not jumping in the line out. We've come wide to Garner. There's Mick Conley, and there's Matt Hawke again. Well, I was wondering when Matt Hawke was last brought to ground the first tackle, and it's just happened there. Great tackle from Carlos Maher.
Stop there. Dan.
Yes, they're attacking here nicely through Conley. It's Kelly brought to ground right on halfway in one of the sand pits there on the grandstand side. This is Scotty Meeks, who's got the legs pump. He's brought around now into the east half.
Actually playing his old club as well, Scotty Meekins.
There you go. That's a nice touch take there from Matt Hawke on the bounce. Gets a little kick in. Has he found touch over there? He hasn't. He's forced Angelatis to pick this ball up.
And then gives away a stupid penalty.
Just a little bit of high contact. Yeah. It is a silly penalty. Jamie, you're right.
Yes, you can. The responsibility's on you as the tackler.
It always hurts a team when you get so close, but someone makes a mistake like that.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't help the situation, that's for sure. Just gives East an easy exit, doesn't it, out of their own 22, just as there was an opportunity for the Eagles to build a little bit of pressure and a bit of momentum in attacking zones.
So East yellow card has actually come on, so they've done well to score with 14 players on.
They have indeed. Yeah, we have forgotten about that. It was Jacob was yellow carded just before half time for deliberately knocking the ball dead from... Well, it felt like halfway. He was a long way inside the field of play, wasn't he? Advantage here from East as they come away from this line out, looking to run it off their own line. Ball's got plenty of space here on this far side there. Jacob Boland, that man that we were just talking about. Ball's come loose though. It has been knocked on. Otto Rockenay's offload just lost.
Might have a bit of a problem here with Edamasa Kelly.
Yeah, Matt Hawke.
He's rolling around in pain, so...
Right, yep, so the number 2 was my message to you now is there have been too many high tackles. High tackle by you, I understand him ducking into it, responsibility on you.
So just listening to James Hagan speaking with Gungahlin captain Matt Hawke here.
to them. I will speak to them about late joint line.
There is a very clear message about high tackles against the Eagles.
I'm watching them. So I need you to deal with that. I'll deal with them.
And the message is very clear to Matt Hawke. The Eagles are officially on notice for high tackles.
It can be one of our strengths sometimes, but it is a big weakness as well, as just how aggressive we can be.
Yeah.
And it sometimes gets the better of us, as you can see in the last 5 minutes, just a few silly mistakes.
Mixing that aggression with, with doing the right thing, and discipline is always the challenge on the field. So obviously James Hagan just feels like that's been getting away from the Eagles. Now, just as this scrum is forming, I can see that Eramasi Kele is being helped from the field here, just in front of the grandstand.
Something to do with his leg.
Now we've got a replacement there on in number 23.
Isaac Walker.
That is Isaac Walker, yeah, who we saw playing fullback in round 2 here, I think, in the match of the round.
Yes.
Early shove here from the Eagles, though. So from the east, I beg your pardon, the Eagles have it, and they're straight away on attack through Mitch Conley. Matt Hawke overruns him. Conley did really well to hold onto that ball there. Now the Eagles certainly looking to build this attack here. It's a good strong carry there from Xavier Duffy, who's had a strong game today.
Get out. 12 through, get out.
Gets an offload away there in traffic, and that is going to be a penalty, certainly, against Tom Pilkington. Quick tap here from Mitch Ward. The Eagles now well and truly on attack inside the 22 here now. Garner comes wide there, finds Dobson. That's that man without a number. Gets a good offload away there to Alex Small.
Lost now.
Around about 15 metres out here now, the Eagles looking to build this. Dan Garner goes wide straight away, finds long locks of Jake Helgeson out wide. Doesn't mind running in that channel, certainly. Garner comes back in towards centre field, and there's Alex Small in around about the same place he was just a moment ago. Garner keeps going wide. Ball's gone over his head, though. Matt Hawke's got to clean this up. He'll go back to where that ruck was. He'll get going here, Matt Hawke. Can he go all the way? He's brought down
George about
on the
ball
5 metres out. Picked up well there by Duffy. Still going here through Dobson. He throws a good pass to Sam O'Leary. He's just gone through his hands.
Everything happening here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Number 2, blue, hands on the ground.
There we go. Samuel Samuelu, the East hooker.
Going for the points.
And that's probably not a bad decision. In the end, it's just...
There is still a
plenty of time, but
yeah.
It just felt the last few times that Gungahlin have tried to build the attack that they've just been letting themselves down. So they take the 3 points, go back to halfway, resettle, try and build it again.
Absolutely.
And I'll take the opportunity here.
Right in front for Luke Duffy as well. Should be able to throw that one over.
We'll see how that...
Hopefully I haven't jinxed it yet.
Duffy hits it pretty well indeed in the end. So 15 points to 12. The Eagles jump out to. We've had about 12 minutes of this second half played. We'll be back underway here through Jacob Angelatis for East. That kick just holding up on the breeze. Taken well over there by Jake Helgeson, but it was George Morceau who got through on the loose ball for East, and they come away with it. Now it's JP Fanukatau in the end, and of course by that I mean Sione Tuitavaki, his opposite number. Getting the colours mixed up here. I'm blaming dark jumpers in the shadows.
Nah, I don't blame you at all. I'm getting confused too, Addy.
Yeah. I must say I'm glad the Eagles are in the black jerseys and not the red stripes today. That could have been really confusing.
Work would have been cut out for you, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So got a Gungahlin scrum here around about 20 metres in from touch.
Fine.
Well, they were inside the tram lines over there, so about 15 in from touch. About 35 out from their own line. The goods run. Ward brings it out and finds Dan Garner. Finds Matt Hawke, but he's spilled it straight away. That's a penalty.
Offside, let it go.
Now the East. Offside is the call there from James Hagan.
Felt like Jake was probably behind Matt there, but
yeah,
we're not on the field, so the ref might have saw something different.
He very clearly has seen something different. And so East with another attacking opportunity here. It's Angelatis, touch finder.
That's okay, that's fine.
Raises the flag over there on the far side, around about 15 out from the Gungahlin line. Samuelu throwing to a 6-man, taken well there by Lolatonga. There's his lock partner Tui Tavaki, bumped off the Xavier Duffy tackle in centre field. It's Jacob Abel looking to attack here, finds George Morceau. Here's the centres, and this is going to be a try for East. To that man, Jacob Angelatis. Put it down to Robert Mosa and Otto Rockene in centre field, though the centres.
Otto did really well there to break those tackles and keep the ball alive, to then hand off to Jacob there.
His ability to hold, he must have huge hands.
Yeah.
To hold the ball in one hand like he does, but he's done it every time he's got the ball today. He's just looking for that offload, isn't he?
It's very reminiscent of a Fijian 7 side or any Fijian team that you'd watch.
Absolutely.
So East have done well there, just from Gungahlin Eagles getting a bit too impatient and not doing the little things right.
And so that makes Gungahlин's decision to go for the 3 points all the more worthy, I think, because points are obviously going to be hard to come by. But East have very quickly taken the most of this opportunity, and they lead here again. Well, they lead for the first time today, I should say. 17 points to 15 currently.
Once again, Jacob just inside the 22.
Yeah, I was just going to make that point.
He's actually a bit closer than he was last time, so
yeah, he's edging slightly closer. He's hit it very well, though. He's made really good he's made really good contact every kick. He didn't make a really good contact for that first conversion just before half time, but he's hit that one very well, certainly. Yeah. So 19 points to 15. East lead.
This will be a good contest here straight off the kickoff with Isaac Walker's kick.
Absolutely. It's taken inside the 22 there in the end by Jacob Boland. East clearing kick. Didn't find touch on the full, but does on the bounce. East did well to force the Eagles to abort the idea of a quick line out.
Tempers are firing up.
Yeah, tempers are definitely flaring. Xavier Duffy is just going to have a bit of a. He's going to be had a word too. Matt Hawke being called out here. We'll just listen to James Hagan.
About you being the only voice in me. I warned you once throughout the game. This man's yelled at me. Got no choice but to give a penalty against him. The next person that yells at me, I will yellow card.
There we go. So it's a penalty for back chat against Gungahlin. James Hagan had only 5 minutes to go, had that conversation with Matt Hawke and asked him to deal with all this sort of thing.
And as I said before, the hot-headedness of our team can be a strength as much as it is a weakness, and it showed there, just giving up a silly penalty.
Certainly working against them.
Could have been easily avoided.
Absolutely. Instead, East now building for another attacking raid here. Line out throw. It's not quite 30 metres out. We've got some subs coming on here for East, I think.
I think for the Eagles, actually.
For the Eagles, I beg your pardon.
So this is a new player for the club, actually, Josh. He's come from Warringah up in Sydney.
Righto.
I'd say his last name, but I don't know what it is.
You're going to make me look it up, aren't you?
I might even be wrong with Josh, to be honest.
East take this one well at the back. Josh Gillard is the player we're looking for Gungahlin. But East have got this on attack through the props. Erasmus.
Good defence.
Yeah, really strong hit there by Helgeson. In the end, East having to work hard here to make ground. Some good Eagles defence up through the middle at the moment. That's a strong carry though from Penny Nefo, the big number 8.
Lost now, right, no hands. Take a step, 3, take a step back. Thank you.
Slow, steady, patient work here for East. Jacob Abel has this. I thought he was going to go to Musa Rasmus short, but he's gone to Carlos Maher at the back, who finds runners over there on that far side. It's not quick ball for Jacob Abel, but they're just building this nicely here, East. Runners in centre field there. That's Lungi Lolatonga, who's still going the big lock.
Run.
Pumps the legs on the ground, finds another metre or two. He's brought to ground about 12 metres out in the end. This is Musa Rasmus this time. Bumps off that first tackle, bumps off the second tackle as well. Big Brumby's prop doing well here for East today. That's his front row partner, Liam Bilston, who's good for a couple of metres. Again, just slowly but surely here, East. Penny Nefo has it this time. Bilston runs the supporting angle, but he's not needed. It's quicker ball this time for Jacob Abel. Carlos Maher comes open side here, finds Tua Tavaki. Good Eagles defence brings him down 5 metres out. Abel keeps going short side here, brought to ground nicely by Jake Helgeson there. Got no scrum half here, East. George Morso has the ball at the back. Oh. He dives it. He loses the ground.
And still got stolen nicely by Oscar.
Yeah, it was too. Oscar Cunningham, the young Eagles lock. He's done really well there.
They need a chase here
with the clearing kick. They definitely need a chase, but there is no chase there. George Morso has this for East, and they need to bring him down now. George Morso's opening up in some space here. Can he be brought down the ground? He can. Gets it offload away. Luke Duffy has it now for the Eagles, but there's a penalty.
I feel like the call is going to be for being offside, but there was no ruck form there to be an offside line.
Yeah. We've got assistant referee Steve Peake there on the... I think I've just heard high tackle.
I felt like that was pretty fair.
I've got no choice but to
righto, so here James Hagan now will take the action that he said has been coming.
By the team, high tackle. Too many high tackles by Black.
So a high tackle, therefore repeat infringements from Gungahlin, and it is a yellow card to Jesse Kemp. Repeated high tackles is the ruling there. And so East once again been gifted attacking opportunities, Jamie.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure about that tackle. Though I wasn't screaming at me that it was head high.
No, and I didn't actually say anything about it, so I agree. It didn't scream out to me, but East have got this driving ball going nicely. The ball's over the line to try. Really good set piece work there from East.
Very frustrating for the Gungahlin boys, but great patience, and they're taking the opportunities that the Eagles are gifting East.
Them. Yeah, absolutely. Tom Pilkington, the flanker, gets the try for the Tricolours. So all of a sudden, through a bit of Gungahlin discipline, East are just skipping out to a little bit of a lead here. 24 points to 15 they lead. We're inside the last quarter of this game at Gungahlin enclosed. The Eagles, well, they just need to get back in the game, don't they, Jamie?
Yeah, it seems that they've come out of the sheds a bit flat, hasn't it? The last 20 minutes has not been a reflection of the first half, that's for sure.
No.
They're capitalising on everything they're given.
We were saying just before halftime that 12-7 was a really good reflection of the contest, but it's edging away more one-sided.
First time Jacob's outside the 22 as well.
Yes, just noticed that. 5 in from touch. He's hit this one pretty well though, but he's just pulled it to the left. He's having a mixed day Jacob Angelatis.
I feel like he's favouring the right side probably a bit more than the left.
He'd love a kick inside the post, in front of the post, wouldn't he?
These boys aren't making it easy for him.
No. I think his closest one's been 6 metres in from touch so far. This Isaac Walker restart kick. Gets some serious air. Held up in the breeze nicely, but East...
Both teams not really going up for that one.
No, East have it now. It's Lolatonga brought to ground about 15 short of halfway there. Liam Bilston has it. The young prop, it's a good carry. Brought to ground about 7 metres short of halfway. It's Samuelu, the hooker, with a good carry there. Gets up, goes again, and that's definitely not legal. It's a quick touch here from Dobson, and he goes ahead and finds Matt Hawke. And there's that young man Gillard, who gets the ball away to Mitch Conley on the far side. Gillard. Just back and supporting nicely there on the inside.
I don't think he released the tackler there, George.
They've still got this here through Dobson. Gungahlin he might have got away with a possible action. I thought he'd actually given himself up then, Dobson. They've still got this.
Good steal.
Have they? No, East have this. I beg your pardon. Misa Rasmus picks it up now, and he looks for a carry.
Good
bumps
run.
And steps his way. He loses it in contact.
Jeez.
We're going to come back for a penalty, though, to East. There's the Gungahlin player losing their feet.
Alex Small there, just flying in. Maybe a bit frustrated with the constant turnovers.
So Gungahlin down to 14 with Jesse Kemp off the field for another 6 minutes or so. Repeated high tackles was the ruling from James Hagan, and it's been a frustrating afternoon for our man in the middle. He's had to have numerous conversations with Eagles captain Matt Hawke about the discipline in defence from his side.
Good steal and the line out there.
Yeah, taken very well there by the Eagles. They're on attack now all of a sudden through Gillard. That's Xavier Duffy, who has been pretty prominent there so far for the Eagles today. Gillard keeps coming to this short side, runs it to the line nicely. This is Mitch Ward has it at the back here now. He's looking for carriers. Alex Small brought down just short of the 22 now. Ward comes back to this near side, finds Conley, steps off his left, back into contact though. Ward will have to go open side here, finds Gillard, who's just doing it patiently here. Again, that's Oscar Cunningham for the Eagles. Slowly but surely, we'll do it. Gillard goes wide, Xavier Duffy has it, gets a pass back to Conley. They're giving up a few metres, Gungahlin, but they're doing it. They're going to make it work if it's the last thing they do. Matt Hawke brings us back into centre field, gets it offload to Dobson. It's a good carry, edges closer back to that 22 from where they started a few phases ago. Scott Meeks with a nice carry, gets a metre closer again. Mitch Ward finds Gillard. He's trying to step his way through traffic. We've got advantage for an offside here being played for Gungahlin. Luke Duffy finds Sam O'Leary over on the far side. Still got it here through Duffy. Have they? Yes. No. We're coming back for that penalty. Ball got a little bit scrappy over there on that far side there.
Taking the points again now, I think. Matt Hawke running back.
Is Isaac Walker going to have a shot?
I think that's been one of the talking points at training these past couple of weeks, is that we have been giving up a lot of penalty opportunities where we can come away with 3 points rather than going for the 7, as it's not really working well for us.
Yeah, we've got about 13 and a half to play, so as you say, Jamie, there's still plenty of time in this game, certainly.
Looks like we might have a broken ankle from Eridamasi Kele as well.
Oh, right.
Just looking down there while Walker lines up the kick.
It's not great news for the big winger. He had a strong afternoon for the Eagles. Walker's penalty attempt is good.
Big kick from Walker there.
Just edges that score back a little closer. 24 points to 18.
So back to a 7-point game.
East lead, yeah. Back inside that bonus point territory. So Eridamasi Kele was helped from the ground just after half time. You just heard Jamie Cotts there suggesting he's been loaded up onto a stretcher here in front of Gungahlin Oval. Hopefully it's not too serious and we see him back in action before too long.
Okay, we'll just do it after this. Okay, sorry. Yeah, what number? Hold on, mate. It's coming off. It's coming off. 8. Number 8. Number 8.
So we've just got a replacement here for East.
Big change here for East. Number 8 coming off.
Penny Nefo coming off.
Been quite a destructive forward for the Eagles. For the East.
This could be Angus Padgett, I think, that's come on in number 23.
Good run from Jesse Kemp here.
Yeah. Mitch Ward as well, getting the offload away. Regaining the offload, I should say. Xavier Duffy goes in the scrum half, finds Gillard, finds Dobson running that very traditional props goalpost to goalpost line. It's a bit scrappy at the back, but the Eagles have got a penalty here. Once again, East player just off his feet.
That's right, yeah, Jesse Kemp off, so that was Mitchell Ward the whole time.
We'll get there in the end, Jamie. Inside the last 5 minutes, we'll finally nail who's on. It's always... We have our work cut out for us any time when the changes come on, because
a lot of names flying about.
Yeah, and clubs do their best to let us know who they're going to use, but often it's not in the numbers or indeed the names that they think. So high tackle here now.
I think Eagles were lucky with that. Well, not lucky with that, but it's been brewing all game with the head highs. So
Xavier Duffy had carried strongly, but was certainly hit strongly as well. So Josh Gillard finds touch over in the last part of sunshine here at Gungahlin Enclosed.
It's fading ever so quickly.
Yeah, it certainly is. Whilst the sunshine is fading quickly, so is the temperature.
There's no numbers. Same as earlier for Blue, no numbers.
Line out on the East 22. It's stolen though at the front by East. Comes away for the tricolours.
Very frustrating for the boys there.
Absolutely, it would be, and they're coming away out of their own 22 here now. East, there's Rockene, who's had a strong game all afternoon for the visitors. It's Tonga, who's brought to ground just outside his 22.
If I were East here, I'd be trying to get it to George Morser at the side there, but
Carlos Mar with that kick into space. It's gone out in the full. Taken back was the call we heard there from James Hagan. Just as you said that, Jamie, I thought that was going to be a piece of scything insight, and this was going to be a little chip over the top for George Morso in space, because that was definitely on.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that Carlos Mar saw that. He saw space further down the ground. But
it's definitely a gift having a player like George on your team, just someone with pace where a lot of things can work around them.
He's so quick.
Yeah.
We've mentioned this several times already. It's taken much better this time. Helgeson at the front of that line out. Xavier Duffy brought to ground inside the East 22. Mitch Ward wants quick ball, but that's not his best pass of the day. Matt Hawke again forced to clean up, comes back towards centre field before he starts aiming forward, makes some ground out there, finds Helgeson. He's still going, brought to ground just inside the 22 here now. Can Gungahlin get the try they need to get back into this game? Gillard finds O'Leary, who gets an offload away to Xavier Duffy. Back rowers doing it amongst themselves at the moment. Ward finds Gillard again, finds Conley short. He's brought to ground nicely from Rockene. East outside centre. They keep coming short side through Gillard. Finds Luke Duffy, and it's been ruled forward. Oh, the frustration. The frustration from Jamie Cotts here in commentary. This is what I love about having you guys helping us out in commentary each week, because when things go against you, you just can't hold it in. You try and you try and be as straight and as unbiased as you can, but when something like that happens,
to be honest with you, I've been very politically correct with my wording so far.
You've been biting your tongue? No, you've done a fantastic job. And we absolutely thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, as I said to you earlier, I'm not the best spectator.
Well, you've done a cracking job of co-commentary today, let me tell you that. We've got to start giving some consideration to Vodafone match of the man of the match contenders in these last few minutes here. Jamie, I'll just flag that with you. We'll come back to that in the last few minutes.
So I've just noticed Easties have made a change there. Their 10 has come off, and now I think Jacob Abel's slotted into 10.
Righto. So that could be Simon Webber. I think it's gone into scrum half, perhaps. I think that is Simon Webber. Yeah.
It's a more call there.
Gungahlin look to force the turnover, and they've done that. Yep, so just confirming that change. It is Simon Webber in 21 who's gone into scrum half. So Carlos Marr has come off. And I think Mitch Ward is coming off for Gungahlin as well. Is that
Matthew Clifton? I think this is his first grade debut as well, so big one for him to hopefully come off the bench and make an impact, is especially what the Eagles need right now.
I'll stand corrected on this, Jamie. I thought he might have come off the bench in first grade last year, but I will absolutely stand corrected on that. But
yeah, he was. I think he was in school still last year.
Yeah, righto.
He's a fresh young colt.
Set.
It's entirely plausible. I'm confusing with someone else, and my apologies to him. But he comes off the back of this scrum here. Clifton finds the replacement fly half Gillard, who has added some spark to this Gungahlin attack since coming on. Oscar Cunningham with a good carry in front of the post here. Now we're in complete shadow. All sun is gone. There's not a cloud in the sky that I can see, but there is certainly no sunshine here now. Another penalty for Gungahlin.
Need to go quickly here, I reckon.
They do.
Keep the tempo up.
Keep the tempo up and the tempers down is what the Eagles need as we edge close to the last 5 minutes. Scrum option again. Now as I...
Might have to turn the lights on here.
Yeah, it has got dark here all of a sudden, hasn't it?
Sun's just decided to go to good night.
Sun's gone behind the only cloud of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Dip down behind the horizon. Our Vodafone man of the match contenders. Who's a couple of names to have impressed you from your side today?
Felt like Edamasa Kele was playing very well before he got injured.
And I'll get you to hold that thought. Was this Big East scrum forces the turnover? Jacob Abel's kick downfield didn't come off the boot too well, but it's got a good roll on down inside the Gungahlin half. Jesse Kemp is looking for an offload run. He finds Matt Hawke, and he's back to support his captain there, Jesse Kemp. He's brought to ground just short of halfway. Clifton comes open side here and finds Gillard, who gets an offload up through the middle for Alex Small, the hooker.
Space, heaps of space, right?
Yeah, and Matt Hawke is aiming for that space. Finds his centre partner Mitch Conley over there, who is in that space.
Borders.
Jesse Kemp's in that space now. They keep going on that far side, but it's found an East player. And there's that man, Simon Webber.
Not quite at the All Black level of offloading yet, I think.
No, certainly not. Webber's kick has got plenty of air and is found touch further down. Matt Hawke has tripped over the sponsors' signs over on the far side.
I always get to see the old boy falling over.
And so a Gungahlin line-out throw with 4 minutes to play. So Eramasi Kele is one vote for you?
Yeah. Aside from that, I think the forwards have been playing really well today.
I thought that man there, Xavier Duffy, has been really good, the number 8.
He has. The hot hit himself has been playing very well.
Clifton finds Helgeson. There's Dobson.
I feel like it's the same with the East. East forward pack has been doing exceptionally well with that.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Penny Nifo was certainly great until he came off. And Misa Rasmus, this man who has the ball right now, has been a strong carrying forward for East all day. The Brumbies prop.
Offside there.
Clean up at the back. Just an accidental offside. No, it's actually been lost forward by Gungahlin is the call. Just off a Gungahlin hand.
Frustrating times here for the Gungahlin players. Just it doesn't seem like it's wanting to work out.
Yeah, just feels like we just saw a few heads go down. Sort of might have been the realisation that this is just getting away from them. 24 points to 18. They're trailing East. They're down the right end of the field, but they just cannot hold onto the ball here, Gungahlin.
Fine.
Got a full-time score for you from Campese Field. Royals 28 have beaten Queanbeyan 20. So the Bob Hitchcock Territory Shield has changed hands.
Back to Royals. For
a second consecutive week. That's Royals' first time they've got their hands on it. They lost their first challenge against East.
Yep.
So Royals have got their hands on the shield for the first time this year.
Good kick by Jacob there.
We've got about 2 minutes to play here at Gungahlin. Line out throw for Samuelu, just short of halfway. Going to a full line out. One well down the back. Webber has this at the bottom. Finds Jacob Abel. There's that man, Otto Rockene, who finds Georgie Morceau over on the far side. They'll need to bring him down. They do this, Gungahlin. Well tackled in the end there by Matt Hawke. There's a little knock on in centre field, though.
They need to capitalise on this now.
Robert Mosa just spilling that one. Ball just got away from him in the end a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
The young centre. So our Vodafone man of the match and the player of the round will be announced in next week's Stampede program. If you're out at the grounds, if you're watching us at home, you'll find that online through the Brumbies social channels. The John O. Dent Cup Facebook page will have the Stampede program for you next week as well.
Good scrum there from both forward packs.
Clifton's got it at the back. Comes out this side here to Gillard, who just holds it up. He was looking for Mitch Conley, but didn't pass it to him in the end. Clifton has this. He's aiming short side again. Xavier Duffy has it, and he's been really good, the Gungahlin number 8. Clifton goes far side, finds Sam O'Leary, the open side. We've got player not rolling away. Quick tap here for Clifton. Is this Gungahlin's last chance? Oscar Cunningham with a good carry, as he's done for most of the day so far. Inside the last 30 seconds, surely. And they're in space over on the far side through Duffy. There's Jesse Kemp, who's had an interesting afternoon. Brought to ground now about 20, 18 metres short. Gillard comes open side, finds Helgeson. O'Leary went with him but wasn't needed. He's brought down about 17 metres out.
Big space to the right.
They keep coming to the left though. Gillard finds Matt Hawke, who steps off his left, and he's still going, the Gungahlin captain. Brought to ground 10 metres short of the east line, about 15 in from touch. Gillard goes to the right, and there's just a forward pass. Well, Josh Gillard on the field, and all the Gungahlin supporters and Jamie Cox here can't quite understand where that call from James Hagen's come from, but it's the call nonetheless, and that's full time.
Yes, as they say, the better team won on the day, and it is quite evident.
Yeah, they'll rue missed opportunities and ill discipline and a few silly mistakes and decisions in the end, the home side, but East 24 have won in the end. They've beaten Gungahlin 18. We had tries for Jacob Abel, for Samuel Samuelu, Jacob Angelatis, and Tom Pilkington. It was scored the last try for East. For Gungahlin, it was Luke Duffy, Eramasi Kele, and scored the 2 tries to make up that 24 points to 18 scoreline. And so it's been a really good afternoon. We thank you very much, Jamie, for your input today.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you've had an enjoyable afternoon.
Absolutely. It's warmer up here than down there, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's certainly true. It's not quite the result you're after, but we thank you for joining us nonetheless. Gungahlin hosts Queanbeyan next weekend in round 8, whilst East have the bye along with Western Uni Norths. We'll head to Viking Park though, with Tuggeranong facing Royals in the Hahn Superdry Griffin Legal John O'Dent Cup match of the round. Don't forget, Brumbies fans, set the alarm. They take on the Lions in Johannesburg at 1:15am tomorrow morning at Super Rugby round 14. That's a game they desperately need to regain some form in 2018. But that's a wrap from us here at Gungahlin. Thanks for your company on Bar TV Sports. For Jamie Cotts and the team, I'm Brett McKay. Enjoy your rugby.